Some of you may know that today is World AIDS Day, so this is like an awareness um, for today to try to get those persons who are having unprotected sex or even not to just go out there and get tested to pretty much support the cause per this epidemic that our world is having, especially in my state, which is Florida. It seems to be a rising epidemic, with African Americans, especially women. And I definitely can relate to um, the fear of not knowing, but to put yourself out there for yourself, at least to get um, tested to determine if you are positive or negative. No one ever wants to feel like they're trapped in a very bad situation. And to me, not being aware of your status pretty much puts you in that trapped zone, whereas you are unaware of your status, and then you would go about and have unprotected sex maybe with someone else that you may end up caring about or not, and not knowing what your status is, then now you're affecting that person and that person not knowing. And as you can see, it goes on and on and on. So today of World AIDS Day, what I did was I went out, even though I just recently got tested, just because it's something I just want to do, because I don't want nobody to creep up and be like, oh, you have protected sex, 3 years ago or whatever, and then now you got HIV. I'm like, wait, I went and got tested, but I just do it, and I know it's kind of like an annual thing. You would know immediately, but I do go. And this is my test results. See the highlighted part there? Negative. So it's not something that you should be afraid of. And I was thinking to myself, if I was positive, what would I do? Would I post that? And I would definitely post that. I've done so many things as far as blogs, and I've told a lot about myself, personal crap that sometimes after I do it, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't post that. I'm giving too much about myself. But to me, I think it's an awareness, especially when you're talking about pro-choice, pro-choice, pro-life, and all of that. And I think that this is definitely the day for people to go out there and take a stand against this epidemic that is ruining our country. And then, I always hate the fact that non-educated people are always speaking about AIDS being a black disease, quote unquote. AIDS sees no color. AIDS sees no color, no race, no age. It doesn't see anything like that. It's based on a disease that can be spread around the world, and it does not matter what color, what skin color you have to determine whether or not you have unprotected sex with somebody one day and then you happen to be infected by this disease. It is not a race thing. It's not a gender thing. Unfortunately, by the lack of education that our people in this world face, predominantly African Americans, who seem to not want to go out there to raise this awareness for themselves. It's like it's a fear, whereas you're trapping yourself by not knowing. So today is definitely the day to go out there and become aware of your status. Know your status. We're so caught up with materialistic things and not caring about ourselves, whereas if we are interacting with drugs, unprotected sex, and that sort of thing, go out there and get tested. It's not going to take no more than a few minutes of your time. There's free sites out there. I know for me, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. You can go to the river region. It's free. They're doing HIV testing today from 8 a.m. to 8:45 p.m. And they always do free HIV testing Monday through Friday. Today it will go until 8:45 p.m. If you wanted to go out there, take a friend, take a loved one, whatever, take your boyfriend, your husband, because you never know what could be. No one's in a monogamous relationship no more. If you've taken a look at some of my other videos, me talking to different people, men and women, on dating sites, no one's in a monogamous relationship anymore. And that also means that at some point you could end up having sex unprotected. It only takes one time. It only takes one time for that condom to break. Birth control is not going to stop from HIV. Birth control is not going to stop any type of STD. So just go out there and make yourself aware, become more knowledgeable about this disease and educated about this disease, and know that this could happen to you. This could affect your family. Take a look around and see that different people, different race of people have contracted this disease. It's not a gay disease. It's not a race disease. It doesn't see any of them. Sometimes we go and we say, oh, love sees no color. And that's the same thing for STDs, such as HIV, that could possibly ruin your life. This affects not just you, but everybody around you. So, for my support, I went out there, I got tested. I let of course, I educate my daughter. She's 13 years old. I've been educating her on sex, STDs, and everything since she was like 5, 6 years old. So as parents who have kids, it's never too early to start talking to your kids about sex, because if they don't hear it from you, they're sure as hell going to hear it from their friends, and you don't want that at all. So you don't want them to get opinions. You want them to know the facts. So today, go out there, get tested, take a friend, pull it up and go and search, locally around your area to see what agencies are doing it, for free testing if you don't have health insurance that will cover it, or if you want to just remain anonymous, go out to a free clinic and get tested. It's not going to take but a few minutes of your day to do so. So know your status, and that's the big thing today, is knowing your status. I talked to just recently, or not so much recently, a while ago, a guy that I met online, and we were talking, and he was very adamant and okay with the fact that he's single and he can pretty much have sex with anybody that he wants to. He's not looking to get married ever. So, just based on conversation, when I asked him, okay, so you're not having protected sex all the time with these different partners, do you go out there and get protected? He made this disgusting face and was like, nah, hell no, I don't do that. And I'm like, okay, so but you're so openly about having unprotected sex, but not about, you don't care enough about yourself, so that you won't go out there to get tested. And it's like you refuse to get tested. You don't even want to know what your status is. But then you're also putting these other women that you're having unprotected sex with in danger. So again, just with that conversation alone, as women, especially African American women, I don't give a crap if you're so adamant about trying to find someone to be with. So you take it that you're going to be with just anyone, and that sex is the defining factor on how that relationship evolves into something more. Wrong. Especially with this guy. Imagine how many other guys think just like this guy, who's stating, I don't care, I'm out there, I'm single, I'm out there doing whatever, I'm doing me. So guess what? Do you make sure that you're protecting yourself? Make sure that you're going to get tested on a regular basis, annual if need be, depending on how many sexual partners that you're allowing yourself to be with unprotected. Go out there every 6 months to a year, because you never know. So as for World AIDS Day, go out there, get tested, educate yourself, and know your status.